In this video, I'm going to be going over some recording tips to help you record high converting YouTube ads that come out looking and sounding fantastic. My name is Kyle Sullerud. I'm the founder of AdLeg, and we are a marketing company that works with high-ticket coaches and course creators, and we run their YouTube ads. Today, I'm going to be talking about how you can record good YouTube ads. You don't need to hire a professional film production crew, but if you are recording your own YouTube ads, there are some basic tips and guidelines that you should follow so that your ads look presentable and so that people actually pay attention to them. I'll first say that messaging is what's most important here. If you have a really high quality ad, but you're not saying the right thing, that ad is not going to do well. You could have a very low quality, low production ad, but you're saying the right thing and that ad could do better. I'm not going to talk about messaging in this video, but I do have a whole series planned to help you figure out the right things to say in your YouTube ads. So be sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see those videos as they come out. The best ads are going to have the right messaging and quality audio and video. I'll first talk about the audio. You want to make sure you're using a decent microphone. You don't need to use a $500 microphone. In fact, the microphone on your smartphone is probably good enough. There are better options. You can use a USB microphone on your computer, or a lapel microphone, or a boom microphone. What you really want to avoid would be any type of headphone microphone or any built-in computer microphone. The quality of these types of microphones is going to be very poor. Just spending a lot of money on a microphone isn't going to ensure you have great audio quality. You need to make sure you're using that microphone correctly and that the settings for the microphone are optimally set up for what you are recording. The location where you are recording can also have a big impact on the audio quality. If you are on a beach next to a bunch of rolling waves or in the middle of a city, there might be a lot of background noise. Now, some background noise is okay. You wanna make sure though that it's not too much so that it's going to distract the viewer from what you are saying. Some locations can also have a lot of echo. If you're sitting in a room with not a lot of stuff in it, and maybe concrete floors and brick walls, there's going to be a lot of echo in a room like that. You can help this a lot by putting foam or blankets on the walls and the floors. This is going to prevent your sound waves from bouncing around so much, and it will really diminish the echo. As you are getting your microphone and audio figured out, make sure you test the playback. You don't want to record hours of footage only to find out that the sound quality isn't as good as you thought it was going to be. You also want to make sure your volume is at a good level. You don't want your ad to come up on YouTube and it's suddenly a lot quieter or a lot louder than the videos people have been watching. So as you're testing your playback, you can be watching some Mr. Beast videos and then you go over to your audio and make sure that the volume is about the same. And if you or someone else is editing these videos, then this is something that you can really pay attention to in editing also. Let me quickly turn this over to my editor, John, and he's going to show you what to look for in your editing software.
Hey guys, so as far as your volume is concerned, you want to be right around the -6 to -3 decibel mark.
All right, let's talk about the camera you're going to use. You want to use a good quality HD camera. Again, your phone probably has a good HD camera built in, so don't be shy about recording your ads on your phone. I wouldn't recommend using a built-in computer camera. Usually these aren't very good quality. And of course, there are higher quality cameras you can get. I'm not going to go into too much detail on those, but keep in mind that just spending $500 or $1,000 on a camera doesn't mean you're going to have great video quality. Make sure if you're investing in a higher quality camera that you are watching some tutorials and figuring out the best way to use it. There are some features that are going to ruin your video. For example, most cameras have an autofocus feature. Now this sounds like it would be good, but depending on the camera, if you're moving around just a little bit, the focus is going to be going in and out, and this could be very distracting for the viewer. So you probably want to turn that autofocus feature off, but that means you need to figure out your camera's settings and figure out which settings are going to work the best. Also, try to make sure your camera isn't moving around too much as you're filming. Of course, this might mean getting a tripod, or if you're standing with your phone, making sure you hold your arm as still as possible. If you're going to be moving around, then you can get a stabilizer or gimbal type device, and that's going to help eliminate the shakiness of your camera. The last thing I'll talk about in this video is lighting. Lighting is an important quality when you're filming. Now, if you're outside during the day, lighting should be good. Any type of natural light works really great for videos, so you shouldn't have to worry about lighting if you're outside. If you're inside, if you can get by a window, this is also going to give you a lot of natural light and is going to help with your video quality. And then of course, there are lights that you can use when natural lighting isn't an option. You could invest in a professional lighting setup with diffusers and the whole works, or at the very least, just make sure you're in a well-lit room. In general, you just want as much light pointing at you as possible. Just make sure there's not so much light pointing at you that you start to look like a ghost. But on the other end of the spectrum, if your video is too dark, people are going to know that it's really low production quality and they might not continue to watch. So you want to be in that sweet spot and really just pay attention to your lighting and how your video comes out looking. And those are my tips for recording high quality videos for your YouTube ads. Now, if you want help running your YouTube ads, that's exactly what my company does. So reach out to us. I'll put a link in the description so you can learn more about our YouTube ads service. Thanks for watching this video. Again, my name is Kyle Sullerud, and I'll see you in the next video.